Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. My name is Celeste, and today I'm going to be showing you how I did this soul food plate. I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm going to show you how I did this mac and cheese right here. Absolutely, it was so good. So good. These greens, I don't know if you like greens, but I like greens, so that's what we did. And also this potato salad, because I do love me some potato salad. I can't even help it. So we're starting off with some potato salad, and I'm going to start boiling some potatoes and getting those ready. Don't boil them for too long because they don't need to be super soft like mashed potatoes, but they do need to be soft enough that you can like eat them and there's no crunch or hardness to them. So then after you boil them, you're going to dunk them in some cold water so that you can do this, peel them super easy. The skin will just come right off. You don't peel the potatoes beforehand because then they start to fall apart in the boiled water. But this is a very easy way, and it's very satisfying. Like, it's a very satisfying process. I don't know. But after you're done peeling your potatoes like that, then you're going to cut them into fairly large-ish pieces. Not too small, because when you start mixing everything together, then your potatoes could deteriorate and turn into like mashed potato salad. And that's not what I'm going for. That's not the vibe I'm on. Not for this. So we're going to cut up our potatoes like so and start adding our toppings. All of the ingredients will be in the description box. All of them. But we're going to start out with some vegan mayonnaise. What do they call it? Veganese? Veganese. We're going to start off with vegan mayonnaise, or veganese, whatever you want to call it. Whatever your choice is. And then we're going to add some mustard. Get that going. Put that in the mix. And you can use however much you want. Sweet relish, adding that to the mix. It's gonna look a little wet, but it's gonna look a little wet because it needs to be. When you put the potatoes back into the refrigerator, they soak up a lot of like the flavor and get all delicious. So you need to add like a tiny bit more than usual because you don't want dry potato salad, that's for sure. So then we added in some celery, some tomato, we're adding some salt and pepper to taste, and then we're going to start mixing the ingredients all together. And when you mix, we're gonna just fold everything in. We're not going to like try to work the potatoes too much because again, you don't want them to like fall apart on you in the bowl that you're mixing, but you do want everything well incorporated. So that's what I'm doing here, is just folding everything in, making sure it's nice and evenly coating the potatoes. Then we're gonna do a little quick taste test and see if we need to add any other seasonings or any other toppings, if it needs more mustard, whatever the case is. So that's what I'm doing here. And I decided to just add the rest of that sweet relish because why not? There was literally not much. And then it needed a little bit extra. So I'm just adding a little bit extra. Just a little bit. And I'm gonna mix that together. And after that is done, I did that first because it needs to go into the fridge to cool. The colder, the better. We're gonna put that in the fridge and get that cool, ready to go for when it's ready to be served. Next, we're going to move on to some mac and cheese. So I've been like trying to do the perfect vegan mac and cheese. It is not perfect. I've been trying to do this since like last November, and I'm trying. I think I've gotten comfortable enough. So here's the recipe. We're gonna boil some noodles, get that going. Then we're gonna, in a small pot or a pot. This pot was way too small. Like, you'll see later. But in a pot, we're going to melt some butter with a little oil at the bottom so the butter doesn't burn. And we're going to get that melted, and I'm gonna be making a little roux for my mac and cheese. I don't generally do this, but I actually like this method. I like this method. I thought it was cool. So I decided to make a roux because like I said, I've been experimenting. This is a long time coming for me. So we're gonna add in our flour to our butter, get that going, get that cooking a little bit to get rid of that raw flour taste, and yeah, get that ruin. You feel me? So then after that, I'm gonna be adding in my non-dairy milk. I tried to find like a thick milk, like a cashew milk or something, but all they had at my store was almond milk. And so that was a conspiracy that I was not expecting. But I'm adding in my unsweetened almond milk here, as you can see. I didn't want a big carton, so I tried to find a little box thing. That's probably why I didn't find what I wanted to find. But that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. You add in your milk, and you just wait for that to get warmish, I guess. I don't know. So we're adding in our milk, letting that get warm, let it get going. I grated some cheese. Daya? I'm gonna put the picture somewhere. I grated the block of Daya cheese because I like the block better than the shreds, I think. I'm not sure. But I'm adding that in slowly but surely and whisking as I incorporate that in. And as you can see, the milk is starting to turn yellow, which means we're doing something. It's doing something. It's melting down. It is. It doesn't feel like it is at first. Like real cheese, I feel like you can feel it doing something faster. But vegan cheese, it does melt. And it does do what I thought it had to do. So that's what we're doing. So we're melting it down. I added that whole block of shredded vegan cheese, and then I went in and added even more cheese. So it was probably a good $50 worth of cheese. Just kidding. Vegan joke. Vegan processed food joke. It was only it's only $10 worth of cheese, but I mean that's still expensive, right? To me. That's why I don't do this often. Like I ain't trying to break a bag making mac and cheese. But so we added in cheese, and now I'm using this Violife cheese. I mixed cheeses. Violife cheese is cool too. So I'm adding that in as well, and just keep stirring, keep doing your thing. It's turning yellow. It doesn't feel like it's doing much, but look at that. Like it looks cheesy. I'm telling you, it's doing something. It's gonna start to feel thicker. It's gonna start to feel like you're working your magic. That's all I can say on that. And so we're just gonna keep doing that, and then we're gonna add in some seasonings. I'm adding in some nutritional yeast to give it some more flavor. You did not see me almost drop my whisk, but I'm adding in my nutritional yeast and stirring that up, and then I'm gonna be adding in other seasonings. I don't know why I didn't turn the heat down. I had to keep taking it off the heat to not boil over, but it girl, just turn it down. But anyway, lime juice, lemon juice, whatever you want. Not too much. If you add enough, it's gonna taste like queso, which isn't a bad thing, but I don't want that for mac and cheese. Just a little bit to add a little dimension, to add a little to your cheese. And then I also added a little vegetable bouillon, vegetable base, whatever you want to call it, to it, because I didn't want its thing more dimensional than salt. And then I'm also adding a little turmeric because I wanted my mac and cheese to be I don't know, radioactive yellow or something. IDK. But turmeric, yeah, to make it more yellow, because that's the vibe. And that is the cheese. So next we're going to be getting our little pan. I got a pan here and some butter, earth balance butter. And I'm going to be buttering my pan, I guess, so that the noodles and my mac and cheese don't stick when I put them in the oven. And I use too much butter, but you get the vibe. And so I'm adding in my noodles that are done. They've been strained, drained, ready to go. Adding those in right now to my pan. Then I season it. I don't know why people do it in this order, but I see people do it, so that's what I'm doing. Season my noodles, then I'm adding my cheese, and I'm mixing it up in the pan a little bit, incorporating it, getting the noodles nice and, coated. Then I'm going to be adding in a little more cheese. I have a little cheese left, so I'm going to be adding it in to my mac and cheese. I did not add any cheese on top because I don't like the way vegan cheese melts on top. I just don't. And that's okay. That's my prerogative. You can do what you want, but that was my prerogative. So that's what I was doing. Incorporating it into my mac and cheese because it does melt better in my opinion. And it's cheesy mac and cheese. You get it. I don't have to over explain. You get it. So after I'm done adding all of my mac and cheese, incorporating all the cheese, shredded cheese, the liquid cheese, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm gonna put that in the oven for a little bit while the rest of my food is cooking, and it's ready to go. Like, it's ready to go. And I put some foil on top as well. So then I'm going to be going over to my Instapot to make some greens because it was so quick in my Instapot. My cousin gave me her Instapot, so I was like, let me try to make something fast. And greens, what usually takes hours, took 20 minutes. It was, oh my God, like, it was probably one of the best moments of my life. So you're gonna put your your Instapot on saute, and you're going to start melting some butter and putting some oil in there, and we're gonna saute some onions, getting those sweating, getting them soft, all that stuff. And you're gonna do that right in the crock pot. You don't have to go to the oven for anything for these greens. Not a thing. So once those are cooking, going, doing their thing, you're going to clean your greens. Number one, clean them greens. Then after that, you're going to come over and just put them in the Instapot and let those start to wilt a little bit. I used a bag of greens. I used 2 bags of greens in my recipe. Very stemmy. I don't like stems in my greens, but it even got the stems like nice and soft. Like, I was so thoroughly impressed. I don't think you guys understand. But however many greens, you just do your thing. Do your thing with the greens. I used the bag because, like, couldn't find regular greens. Another conspiracy, but it's all good. Next, you're just gonna wilt them down. It's like spinach. It doesn't take very long at all. And after you wilt them down a bit, you're going to add at least, I think, I saw that you're supposed to add at least 1.5 cups of water. Or broth. I'm using vegetable broth, vegetable bouillon in some water, and I used 2 cups of that, and then just like a little bit extra to make it not so salty, if that makes sense. And that's about as much water as we need. And then after you add your liquid, you can season it up if you'd like. Add some salt, some peppers, some of this, some of that, you know what I'm saying? I kept it pretty simple, but yeah, add some seasonings, add whatever you want, and then you got to close that bad boy and let it steam, do its thing. So that's what we're doing. It's on high pressure, normal. I put it on for 15 minutes and it was done. It was soft. I like my greens soft. So if you like your greens soft, then there you go. And I think those were collard greens. Whatever you want to do your thing. But there's my mac and cheese. Way better the second day, let me tell you. First day is alright. Second day, super bomb. So I got my mac and cheese, my greens, and my potato salad. I also made baked beans, fried tofu, and some rice. But this is perfect for 4th of July or whatever celebration that you want to cook some soul food or cook some vegan soul food. Like, that is my thing. Love me some soul food. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you give it a shot. I hope it is up to your standards, you know? If it's not, hey, it was bomb for me. So anyways, I love you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.